Hi again, crafters, it's Cynthia. I am back again with another card, and I think this time around I'm going to try to be a little bit quicker. I know I've made that claim many times and never achieved it, but this time let's give it a real good shot. Okay, so let's see now. The first thing I want to start with is getting down something light so we can see what we're doing. And the whole inspiration for this card was I really wanted to color this stamp. So this little girl is from the greeting farm, Miss Anya Night Out, and there's 3 darling little girls that come in this stamp set. I'm tilting it so the glare doesn't hit it, but here they all are, and they're a red rubber stamp, and they're already mounted on some cling foam. So they've already got that nice cushion of foam, and then the back of it will stick right to your acrylic block as soon as you take it out of the package. And I actually, it was a full sheet, and I trimmed it down with my paper guillotine just to separate the girls. So anyway, that's where she came from, and I used my Copic markers to color her. So for her hair, I used E04, E07, and E18. And for her skin, I used, I believe it was E01 and E02. And for her cheeks, I just did R20 and R22. And then I used the 22 again and just kind of gave her just a little bit of lips. And her dress is BG70, BG11, and BG72. And then her earrings were the BG72. And for her little purse and shoes, I wanted them to be kind of silver metallic. So for that, oh, I don't have it out here anymore, but oh yes I do. Here it is, sorry. This is just a pen. It says Gel Impact pen, and it's a uniball, and I just bought a package of 2 right at my local drugstore actually, and it was only like $3 or $4 for the package of 2, and they're fabulous. I got a gold and a silver, so I use them all the time, and they're a really nice pen. So if you can find those at your local store, I would get them. So anyway, so here she all is, and then I also used my Icy Mint Stickles, just a little bit on her earrings, and then just kind of accenting the little edge of her dress. So I thought that would add just a little sparkle. So there she is. And of course, when I was done, I trimmed her out. And what I like to do sometimes to help myself is I'll just take my pencil and I'll draw that little white border around the image just with the pencil first. And then when I trim it out, I have kind of a line to follow, and then I take my little special eraser here, and it's just something I got at the art supply store, and then I just very gently and simply run along that edge to remove any possible pencil bits that might still be on the edge. And this eraser is nice because it just crumbles away and it doesn't streak your paper. I can't stand when I grab a cheap pencil and start erasing and then it leaves a mark, you know, from the eraser itself. Oh my gosh. So anyway, that's what I did. Then I turned to a paper pad, and I found this really fabulous striped paper that has all these pretty colors in it, and I really thought that it went well with what she's wearing, and she just looked nice against that background. So what I'm going to do is, this piece measures 5 1/4 by 4, and then this piece is just 1/4 inch larger, so it's going to give me an 1/8 of an inch reveal around the edges. So there's that, and let's see, my card base is just going to be my Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock that I always use, and it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so it's A2 size side folding card. And so this back panel piece is, actually, you know what, before I do that, see, there I go again, getting ahead of myself. So first I want to decide if I want that little black band on the bottom, if I want it on the top. I don't know, I kind of like it on the bottom. And then I have this really fun tape strip that my mom got me, and it's the prettiest silver. And I wanted something else going on in the background, but since that pattern is so bold, I wanted to be careful what I chose. So my plan is I'm just going to run this strip right along the edge about here. And this tape comes on a little base piece to keep it neat for you. There. Oh, I like that a lot. Pretty, pretty. All right, so now I can take this away. And again, I'm going to go ahead and just attach this flat. I really like, you know, very bold, clean lines in my cards. So if you haven't already started noticing a style with me, you will soon enough. So anyway, that's cute. And see, I think that's really cute because it helps kind of tie in a little bit of that silver. So that's another thing to do. Instead of every single element of your piece being a completely different color, it is kind of nice to bring in pieces of color in different ways. So like the dress and the background go together, the black stripe and the black mat go together, and now her purse and shoes are going with this. So I'm trying to create some harmony here. And then the other thing I did, I took a strip of my Nina Solar White, and I actually used my BG11 Copic marker, and it has a chisel end on one end. And so I just used the chisel and I just colored in this strip of paper to create my own colored cardstock, if you will. So I thought that was pretty. And then again, for the silver, I am going to use this sentiment, which is "Hello, beautiful girl," and I'm going to stamp that and heat emboss it in silver. So the "Hello, beautiful girl" sentiment, excuse me, is from this stamp set, and it's by MFT, so My Favorite Things Stamps Beautiful Girl stamp. And she is absolutely precious, and she comes with the little flower sprays and a separate flower, and she also has "I'm doing a happy dance for you." And I do have the matching dies, so I think sometime soon I'll have to do a card featuring her. But that is where I got the sentiment. Gosh, that turned out so pretty. My goodness, that is nice. Well, good. Okay. So I have already prepared. Oh, and then I should tell you, this measures 3¼ inches by 3/4 of an inch, and then this one is just a 1/4 inch larger. So again, it's going to give me that little 1/8 inch reveal around each side when I attach it. So let me go ahead and do that now. Yeah, I love using my Copics for doing stuff like this because, you know, all of a sudden, bam, you've got, you know, so many more colors of cardstock. I wouldn't want to color in an entire back panel, but for just a little sentiment strip like this, it's perfect. All right, so this little sentiment will go across the bottom, and I think I'm going to pretty much have that centered so I can put it right there. And do I want to pop it or not? I think I will, because I want to pop her up as well. She's just so darn cute. I love the Greeting Farm stamps. They are so precious. And the fun thing is that they're a wonderful way to practice coloring your hair. One of the reasons I fell in love with Copics so much is because of the way I was seeing people coloring the hair on their stamped images was just beautiful. And of course, I'm not at that skill level yet, but you can still do pretty good, especially when you have such a nice big surface of hair, since they have big heads. So the other little detail that I added that I want to mention is I used my black glaze pen to brighten up her eyes and thicken up her eyelashes. And then after that was completely dry, I went in with my Signo gel pen in white, and I redid the sparks in her eyes. So that was just one way to kind of make her little eyes pop for you. So I think that this one's almost done. The other thing I was going to mention, I don't know if I'll do this, but I finally got myself some of those Nuvo crystal drops, and I have a feeling I'm going to be collecting all of the colors over the coming year. But I bought the opaque white ones, and then I bought silver, because silver is a color that I use quite a bit for accents anyway, and there's such a rainbow of colors, I wasn't sure where else to start. So I bought the silver and the white, and I think next time I go I'm going to get gold and then black. They didn't have black when I was looking, but again, those would be 4 really versatile basics, so I think that's what I'm going to get. But anyway, what I did is I just had this little piece of packaging left over, and so I went ahead and made some silver droplets and some white droplets, and they spread out and they flatten. They're still, domed slightly, but I kind of like the fact that they flatten out quite a bit. So and then you can make them as tiny as you want or as big as you want. So you can scatter these around, and I think I might, if my glue behaves itself and doesn't squirt everywhere, I think I'm going to put a few here as little accents. And of course, you know what? This is stupid. These, I was going to say, these come right off of the acetate. So if you want to pre-make, like I just did, your little dots, there they are, and then you glue them down and everyone's happy. But the other fun thing, which of course I just realized, is that you can put them directly on your project. So the one thing to remember is that they are going to spread out. What I like to do is I'll hold the bottle exactly straight up and down, not at an angle, and then I'm going to Squeeze it softly until it starts to come out. And then when I lift, I'm just slightly circling. So as I pull it away, I just kind of circle like this and then break the connection. And that ends up looking nice. You know, you don't have a big peak. So again, I'm just going to do that and then put a third one that's bigger still right here. So see? Now you have just your little dots, and like I said, right now they're rather tall, but they will settle down. And then if you want to, you can just tap your card surface right on the top, and then that's going to help that liquid kind of settle and start spreading out. And of course, you know, you could go crazy and add all kinds of other dots across the top of the card. I don't have the confidence right now to do that. I'm afraid of going overboard like usual, so I will stop while I'm ahead. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this card. I think she turned out super cute. And if you don't have any of these Greeting Farm stamps, oh my goodness, you should at least buy yourself one, because you can buy them just as a separate, you know, one little person stamp, just to kind of dip your toe in the water and see what you think. But they're so much fun to color. Whether you're using Copics or not, they still are fun to color and customize. So anyway, thank you for joining me, and please be sure to click like if you enjoyed this, and if you want to become a subscriber, that would be fun. I'm starting to think about my next giveaway. I had one giveaway before and it worked out beautifully, and I'm excited to try another one. So I just need to come up with a prize for this second one, and once I do, I will make that announcement. So take care of yourselves, have an awesome day, and have fun crafting. Bye-bye.